political leaders in this country are starting to come in for some serious criticism over their handling of the COVID-19 crisis. Some of it may be justified, but of course it's easy to be wise when you're not the one making the hard decisions. But have you seen anything of President Donald Trump's recent press conferences? I confess to a horrible fascination in watching him. By turns, he is claiming credit for dealing with the crisis, and then he seems almost to deny that it exists or is at all serious, and all the while he's apportioning blame to everyone but himself. He modestly claims, "I'm not a doctor," but then claims that real doctors are in awe of his expertise, and he undermines and derides his own experts while contradicting his own decisions. And if anyone asks him anything approaching a hard question, well, his response is toxic. It's been a sustained performance over many days, which is, I'm sorry to say, deeply embarrassing, highly amusing, and frankly, terrifying. But if I'm honest, I have to confess that I go through eerily similar contortions in my relationship with God. And I'm being frank here, realistic. So do almost all of us. We bestow our business upon God when we want something from Him. But when we don't get what we want, well, we take our overdraft elsewhere. And what does He know anyway? Besides, He probably doesn't exist, because if He did, He'd give us exactly what we want with never any adverse consequences. Is there anything familiar in that for you? But you know, there is another way of relating to God, much better. And here's what might surprise you. Ask hard questions of God. Go on, ask Him. Cry out to Him in your bewilderment or pain, your anger or frustration. Don't hold back. But don't talk behind God's back. Tell Him directly, personally, what's bugging, distressing, tearing you apart. Lay it out, all of it. No sugarcoating or polite pieties. Speak to God candidly, sincerely, but speak to Him. You know, we don't need any special words or special places. Help or why are good places to start. And when you do, I believe that you'll find that you've never had a more loving listener, a more forgiving friend, a wiser advisor. And you'll discover that you've never spoken to anyone more eager to listen to you, to soothe your pain, to heal your wounds. We might, in fact we probably will, also hear God say things to us that we'd rather not hear. Because, sorry Donald, we do make mistakes. We do get things badly wrong. Not everything that we want is either right or healthy for us or those around us. But with God, we're able to face up, sort out, and move on. God is the giver of new beginnings and fresh starts. That's why we celebrated Easter just a couple of weeks ago. At this time, when we're mourning deaths, we actually rejoice because someone died. Jesus' death in Jerusalem, nailed, bleeding, broken on the cross, was truly horrific. But when we're willing to put our faith in Jesus, to trust Him in meaningful ways, His death is our life. The Apostle Paul wrote that the death of Christ means that anyone who belongs to Christ has become a new person. The old life has gone, a new life has begun, and all of this is a gift from God who brought us back to himself through Christ. Life really does begin at the cross. Why not try it?